Night fell over the quiet town, and long shadows crept along empty streets. A chill wind stirred the leaves and carried soft whispers from hidden corners. An old mansion stood silent, its broken window glowing under a weak moon. A single step broke the stillness as feet echoed on worn pavement. Every sound filled the night with mystery, and secrets seemed to wait behind every door. Tension hung in the cool air, warning of surprises yet unknown. Share where you are watching from. Please give your support and follow our channel for more tales. Mystery holds every silent breath quietly. Madison had just given birth in a small town hospital. The room was quiet and clean, and a new little life had begun. In that warm moment, her heart was full of hope and dreams for the future. After the baby arrived, Madison got ready to leave the hospital. The sky was gray, and she felt a chill in the air as she stepped outside. In her mind, she kept saying that her story would be one of courage. However, when she learned that her husband had chosen another path, that he had gone off with someone else's baby, her heart sank like a stone. Madison sat in her small car, holding her baby close. Every bump on the road felt like a reminder of the pain in her heart. The lights of the city blended with the soft hum of the engine, and her thoughts wandered to the day before, when life had looked so bright. Now the journey home was long and filled with quiet tears and heavy memories. Yet as the miles passed under the soft glow of street lamps, Madison promised herself that she would find her strength. She looked at her newborn in the rearview mirror and took a deep breath. There was a spark of hope in her eyes, even though her heart felt broken. The long road ahead whispered that tomorrow could bring healing and new beginnings. The wheels turned steadily on the dark road, and each passing minute felt like a step toward a new chapter. Madison's journey was far from over, and even though her heart was bruised, a quiet determination grew inside her. Her steps were sure and soft, promising herself that she would care for her baby and find a new way to live as the night slowly changed into a hopeful dawn. The first rays of dawn crept over the horizon as Madison drove on, her eyes fixed on the soft pastel colors of early morning. The cool air filled the small car, mingling with the strong memory of hope that still burned inside her. With every mile, the pain of yesterday began to ease into the background, replaced slowly by a determination to care for her baby and build a life that was truly hers. She rolled down the window and let the fresh air mix with her resolve. The familiar road led her to a lonely rest stop where she paused, looking out at a new day unfolding in front of her. The quiet open space brought a moment of reflection as she remembered times of laughter and simple happy moments before everything changed. Even though her heart was heavy, she felt the stirring of small seeds of courage that promised growth. In that silent moment, as the soft light spread its warmth and the birds began to sing in the distance, Madison made a quiet vow to herself. She would find a way to be strong, even though the journey felt full of bumps and uncertainty. In the stillness of the morning, her mind wandered through memories of both joy and sorrow, while her hands gently held her sleeping baby, a symbol of both love and a new beginning. With renewed determination, she started the car again, leaving the rest stop behind. The road ahead was long and not entirely clear, yet each passing moment brought her closer to a future where she could mend her heart. Madison drove on through the quiet countryside. The sky was now a gentle blue, and the soft light of morning filled the car. The dark road curved past green fields, small farms, and a few humble houses. Each passing mile made her feel both a little lonely and a little hopeful. She remembered the promises of yesterday and the pain of a broken past, but also the bright smile of her sleeping baby, a simple sign of new beginnings. The car moved along a winding road where the trees formed a gentle arch overhead. In the rearview mirror, Madison saw the soft form of her baby, and she held on to that hope as tightly as she held the little one. The steady hum of the engine mixed with the calm sounds of nature outside, and a secret wish grew inside her. A wish that soon she would find a safe, warm place where she and her baby could start again. The scenery changed slowly, with hints of a small town emerging in the distance, surrounded by the glow of afternoon sun. Driving into a stretch of road marked by a few old weathered signs, Madison noticed one that pointed toward a town known for its kind community and safe little houses. Her heart fluttered with the idea of a fresh start. Thoughts of new friendships and a quiet life filled her mind as the road led her to a narrow bridge over a gentle stream. The babbling water below seemed to whisper promises of healing and hope. Every twist of the road brought memories of a painful past, yet also chances for growth. Madison thought about the days when life was simpler and how the little treasures of nature, a bright flower on the roadside or the soft rustle of leaves in the wind, helped her see that each day brought the possibility of a new beginning. Turning onto a faint path that led away from the busy highway, she felt as if the road itself was inviting her to explore a secret corner of the world where she could build a small, safe life. As the journey continued and the road dipped into a quiet valley, hints of a promise hung in the air. The path ahead was still unknown, filled with gentle curves and unexpected turns. The soft breeze and the light of the morning filled her with questions about what kind of life awaited her. Madison continued her journey by following the soft, winding path that led deeper into a peaceful countryside. The sunlight grew stronger, painting the grass with bright shades of gold. Every step seemed to whisper that even after hard times, nature could offer gentle comfort. With the baby still safe in her arms, she walked slowly along the dusty trail, each footstep echoing the quiet beat of her hopeful heart. The field opened up to reveal a little patch of wildflowers dancing in the warm breeze. Madison paused for a moment and looked at the colorful display. In that simple scene, she sensed a promise that goodbye to the past would make room for new beginnings. The tall blades of grass and delicate petals spoke to her in a silent language of recovery and unexpected joy. Farther ahead, the road curved around a grove of old oak trees where dappled sunlight played on the ground. The gentle murmur of a nearby creek carried soft sounds of water over stones. Standing by the water's edge, she felt as though the cool stream was washing away some of her lingering sadness. Every ripple and gentle splash reminded her that even the smallest changes in life could lead to a refreshing start. As Madison resumed her walk, the landscape began to show signs of a small community. A narrow, winding lane led her toward a cluster of humble homes with neat gardens. The earth smelled fresh, and the quiet chirping of birds filled the air with a sense of possibility. With each step, questions filled her mind, wondering what new friends and hidden safe places she might discover on this long road of healing. The path stretched endlessly before her, as if inviting her to keep moving forward without a clear end in sight. The soft rustle of leaves and the distant call of a songbird carried her deeper into a world where every moment held the chance for a fresh start. With her baby nestled closely against her, Madison felt that even though her heart had known deep pain, there was still time to find a new home along these inviting roads, where every twist and turn hinted at more surprises yet to be revealed. Slowly, the afternoon light started to fade into a warm, amber glow, and Madison took another deep breath as she stepped onto another unknown part of the path. Madison stepped away from the bench and rose slowly as the evening deepened. The old barn had taken on quiet magic under the soft glow of twilight. The wooden walls, marked by time and memories, seemed to whisper gentle stories of the past. In the calming silence, every sound, the creak of old beams and the soft flutter of a distant breeze, felt like nature's promise that she was not alone. Her curious eyes wandered around the barn's interior, noticing a cluster of faded pictures hung on a chipped wall. Each image showed smiling faces from days long gone, evoking a feeling of belonging and shared hope. Amid the rustic remnants, there lay a small, worn table beside a pile of old boxes that looked as if they were left for someone to find comfort. The space felt welcoming, as if it had been waiting for a new story to be written. While gently moving past bundles of straw and forgotten trinkets, Madison discovered a scrap of paper lying on the dusty floor. Its handwritten message, though nearly blurred by time, carried a warm invitation to never give up hope. The delicate words made her heart feel lighter. It was as if a kind hand from the past reached out to guide her forward, mixing the memories of those who came before with the promise of a new beginning. Drawn by a quiet pull, Madison moved toward a sturdy old door at the far end of the barn. The door, fastened with a rusty latch, seemed to hold secrets of its own. Each cautious step toward it made her heart beat faster with curiosity, as if the door guarded a hidden chapter of life waiting to unfold. There was an unspoken promise in that moment, a hint that behind the door lay the start of another part of her journey, filled with mystery, gentle surprises, and the possibility of healing. As the soft night air swirled around her, Madison hesitated before the door, feeling the significance of the moment stir within her spirit. The old barn was no longer just a refuge from the long road, but a keeper of secrets that could guide her to a brighter future. With a steady resolve and a heart open to whatever might be waiting ahead, she reached for the latch, prepared to step further into the unknown mystery, knowing that her story was far from finished. Madison hesitated a moment longer before slowly pushing the creaking door open. Soft, pale light spilled from the room beyond, revealing aged wooden walls and a collection of old keepsakes. Dusty boxes and faded photographs were arranged neatly on a long shelf, and a quiet sense of mystery filled the air. She stepped into the space with gentle care, her feet stirring small clouds of dust with each step. Along one wall, a series of handwritten letters and neatly pinned notes told silent stories of days gone by. One soft bundle of papers, tied with a worn ribbon, caught her attention. It seemed as if the past was secretly whispering clues meant just for her, echoing the echoes of heartache and hope. Further into the room, on a sturdy wooden table, lay an opened notebook with a brass key resting on its pages. The notebook's pages were filled with simple, touching messages about moving on and finding light even in dark times. The key glimmered under the gentle light as if inviting her to unlock more secrets hidden in this quiet haven. Madison's eyes wandered over the relics before her, noticing a small, carved door set into the far wall. It was partly hidden behind an old stack of letters and photographs. Her heart beat faster as she moved closer, an unspoken promise of answers or new revelations shimmering behind that door. Every detail, the soft rustle of paper, the faint clink of metal from the key, seemed to guide her deeper into this secret space of forgotten memories. In that quiet moment, Madison knew that this hidden room was more than just a collection of old things. It was a place that held pieces of many lives and perhaps clues on how to mend her own broken heart. With careful steps and a steady resolve, she reached out, her fingers brushing against the carved frame of the small door. The unresolved mystery within whispered possibilities of healing and a new beginning. The room held its breath as Madison lingered by the door, the weight of the past mingling with the promise of a change yet to come. With the soft glow of the room lighting her path, she turned the brass key slowly, and the door creaked just a little, as if ready to share its secrets. The next steps of her journey glimmered just beyond the threshold, waiting patiently for her discovery as the quiet room seemed to pulse with the promise of what lay ahead. Madison stepped carefully through the small door, and the hidden space opened into a quiet room filled with gentle light. The walls were lined with old paintings, faded photographs, and shelves of simple, worn books. Every corner of the room whispered a soft promise of comfort and healing. In one part of the room, a small desk held a dusty diary with neat, handwritten words that spoke of hope and bravery, as if someone had written a letter to a future heart that needed comfort. She sat down slowly on a wooden chair and opened the diary with gentle care. The pages were filled with short sentences about the power of kindness and the strength hidden in small moments. One message read, "Even broken things can be mended with care and time." Madison's eyes wandered over the words, as if they were gently reminding her that every new day could help fix old hurts. The soft light in the room made the writing glow, and for a moment the sadness in her heart eased a little, replaced by a spark of new determination. After reading the diary, Madison looked around the room, noticing a narrow passage behind a row of old boxes. The passage led deeper into the house, and the floor creaked under her careful steps as she moved forward with her baby close by. Every step in that quiet space felt like a step into a secret world filled with memories of lost dreams and hints of a brighter future. The room poured warmth into her tired eyes, and she began to believe that there might be a path from her sorrow to a gentle healing. As she followed the narrow passage, the soft light revealed more hidden treasures, old letters tied with ribbons, sketches of warm homes, and small tokens that seemed to belong to kind strangers of the past. Each item told a silent story of someone who had also faced hard days and found a way to smile again. With her baby's tiny hand in her own, Madison moved slowly forward through the shadows and light, knowing that the secrets in this peaceful place held more clues to healing her broken heart. Madison finally emerged from the secret room into the cool embrace of the fading twilight. In that quiet moment, she realized that every step on her long journey, from the hospital to the winding, lonely roads and through the forgotten barn, had slowly mended her wounded heart. The diary's gentle words and the silent stories hidden in old photographs had taught her that, even in the midst of pain and betrayal, hope could be nurtured. With her baby secure in her arms, Madison stepped back into the open world. The memories of betrayal and heartbreak still lingered, but each whispered lesson along the way had rebuilt her strength. The hidden room and its delicate treasures became a symbol of the resilience that lay within her. As the stars began to twinkle overhead, the once overwhelming darkness gave way to a soft, promising light. In that final moment, Madison understood that home was not just a place but a feeling, a quiet, enduring belief that she and her child could find new beginnings. The long, painful journey had shown her how important it was to carry on despite life's wounds. Now, with a heart slowly healing and a spirit resolutely determined, she stepped forward, ready to embrace a future filled with love, gentle strength, and the promise of brighter tomorrows.